day 2 of our Prague trip. We've just got ready and we're about to head out. I also think yesterday we didn't say where we were actually staying in Prague. So the place we're staying in Prague is called Andel. It's like a little part of the city or a town that's just outside the centre. It's about a 40-minute walk, 40-ish minute, yeah, to the old town, which we don't mind doing, but it is a bit removed. But it seems to be quite a popular shopping area. We're literally right next to a shopping centre.
So today we're going to be doing Prague Castle and the cathedral that's next to it, and also the gardens as well, and then we're probably going to go back into the old town then, see the old town square and the astronomical clock in the daytime, and then also probably try a few more restaurants and food places that I've marked on our itinerary. Probably try some traditional Czech restaurants today. So our first stop of the day is an island, which I will put in the description. I will put in the description of what it's called, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it. But what it's very famously known for is they're quite thing over social media. It's the Prague River Rat. So people they congregate onto this island because it's underneath the bridge next to the river, and people come and feed them. Now, they look a bit like beavers, but they're technically referred to as rats, so I'm not entirely sure.
They're in the rodent family.
So we've just seen the river rats and just got some photos and footage of them. Obviously they are wild animals, so give them their space, and if they come to you, if they choose to do, obviously, you know, you just treat them with respect. There are people feeding them like little pieces of fruit, pieces of fruit and things like that. They are very friendly and they seem quite okay with human contact, being around humans. So that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were really cute.
They were really cute. They were also really interactive. I think got a little bit of a shot of one like coming up to me, kind of like crawled a little bit up on my leg. So they're definitely not, obviously,
they're not scared of humans.
Compared to the deers in Nara, they're not that confident, but considering, I don't think like rodents are known for being very forthcoming with people, are they?
They're obviously used to people giving them food, so they were. Yeah. That's what they were coming up to you for.
Inquisitive, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really nice park as well, like a really nice little island. We may very well come back here in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Maybe feed them as well. Yeah, so we're going to have another once around of the island, and then we'll probably make our way up and start heading towards Prague Castle, because that's the next stop of the itinerary.
Get some...
And probably stop in a cafe now and get some brunch.
Yeah. I went for the traditional English breakfast, but obviously when you get an English breakfast outside of the UK, it tends to come with maybe more items on it that are from the region or country you're currently in. Yeah, the fried eggs are cooked really nice. They're not like gooey or anything, but got a good run to them. The beans are... I don't know what to describe them as. Normally we're used to like baked beans, but these are like a thick... like runner bean, maybe, in like a thick sauce. Yeah, overall really good. Maybe not so much a traditional English breakfast, but I'd still give it a good 7 out of 10.
just made, I think we've pretty much done all the incline. It obviously is quite a little bit of a walk, so be prepared for a lot of stress on the knees and legs as you make your way out. It's not the worst incline.
It's not the biggest incline.
No, it's quite gradual as well, I'd say. There are city buses and also like little red cars that are at the bottom, for obviously if you pay a fee they'll take you to the top if you do struggle with stuff like this.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an incline.
Yeah, just be prepared for that if you ever decide to come to Prague Castle and the cathedral. You will need to walk up quite a few steps. So we're going to make our way through there now, get some shots as we go through, see the cathedral and Prague Castle. We've just been in the cathedral and also the old palace. What are your first impressions of it? I thought the cathedral was...
The cathedral is like beautiful.
Amazing.
It's like this Gothic architecture that kind of sits in the middle of the grounds. It's absolutely massive. And on the inside, the architecture and everything is beautiful as well. Like you wouldn't be able to tell from the outside what the... It looks very different on the inside to the out, basically. And then we went into the old palace. Yeah. There wasn't too much to do in there, to be honest. It's quite empty.
The old
again, like it's still cool to see something from like the 1500s, but there wasn't really much in there, was there?
Obviously, there's different tickets you can get for different things that are in the grounds. So far, I would probably say that the cathedral is the main attraction in terms of the things you can see and do around here. We got a few more things that were included in our ticket, which are the Basilica, and then I think it's called the Golden Path, which is a bit further down, which must be a part of the grounds. We'll carry on walking around now and we will see a few more things. So we've just made our way down from Prague Castle now. Thoughts on it? It was really good. I think the grounds are really impressive. In terms of paying for the experience, you can pick a different parts of the castle you can explore and go in. We paid, I think it was about £32 for 4 entries, and that was the
Old Palace, the Basilica,
Cathedral, and the Golden Path, which is just like a nice area with our little shops and different things like that.
It was like the old medieval buildings, so that was a cool bit of it.
Yeah, would I say it was worth £32 for it? probably not.
No.
I think it would be better if you could do individual prices for individual ones. I think the cathedral is the standout one of all of them. We've said it previously.
The grounds of the castle are beautiful, and the cathedral, but like the individual things, I think the best thing to see there are the grounds, the cathedral.
Yeah, which the grounds obviously you can do free of charge. So if you didn't want to pay like we did to do those individual experiences, that you can actually go into. The grounds are still amazing to come and look at as well.
Yeah.
So now we're going to make our way back over to the Old Town Square while we've still got a bit of daylight left to see it in the day. We're also going to try some traditional Czechia food, go to a traditional restaurant, and we've kind of made a little, so shall we say, short list of some of the items that we saw in the Christmas market last night that we want to give a go tonight. So we will show you what we get up to in the Old Town Square tonight. So we are in Basilica, which is a Korean corn dog chained restaurant based in Prague. We thought we'd come here because we do enjoy our Korean corn dogs back home. So we got the just the normal sausage potato one. We didn't get the one with cheese. There's quite a lot of selection, to be fair, as well. They also do tteokbokki and kimbap as well. So let's give it a try. The batter on the outside's like cut really crisp, crunchy. Obviously the potatoes are really crisp, crunchy. The inside of the deep friedness then is like soft. So you've got crunchy potatoes, soft inside, and then our sausage is cooked really nicely as well. I like Korean corn dogs. That is a good Korean corn dog. I give that an 8 out of 10. It's really nice.
So I guess the only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is it's kind of like a hot dog sausage in the middle. Well, sometimes I think they use different types of sausages. The thing I really like about this one is the batter. It's got like a really nice crispy outer layer with like the little bits of potato, so it's kind of like French fries texture. But the dough, like the bread texture or the dough, is really soft on the inside. I think that's what makes this one for me. I think it would have been good with a mozzarella, maybe as another element. But yeah, I think it's a solid corn dog. We've just put ketchup on it. I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
So we are now at the Sisters Bistro, just a little bit outside of the Old Town Square of Prague. We wanted to come here because they serve, I think it's called chableki or chablek. And what it is a Czech and Slovak dish. It is a open sandwich that has various toppings and garnishes on it. They come in there's various different types. It's usually an appetizer or a snack. So we got decided to get two. So we got the pork one and we got the crab salad one. So let's try the pork one first. Good. The pork one's really nice. There's caramelized onions and then crispy onions on the side with like a nice spread underneath the bread. I like that one. That one's really nice. I give that an 8.5 out of 10. It's a nice one. So we'll try the crab salad next. Crab's really fresh, mixed really well. Nice spread all over the bread's a bit softer on that one than the pork one. I personally feel like with them it might be a bit better having like a harder bread, like a sourdough bread, than the soft one. I rate the pork more than the crab, but the crab's still good. Give the crab 7 out of 10.
So on the pork one is caramelized onions, sliced pork and pork tenderloin. All the elements kind of combined on that one make a really good sandwich. And it's weird because you don't have two pieces of bread, but you still feel like you're eating that like thick sandwich. I don't know what the sauce is underneath. It's got a bit of a sour taste to it. It might be sour cream based. The caramelized onions though with the pork tenderloin are stunning. I give that one 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed that one. The crab one is an apple and mango salad in with the crab, so we'll give that one a try. I really like that one. I really love the sweetness of the crab, but it tastes really fresh. And with the, it's got like a really sweetness. It's got a big sweetness from the fruit that they've incorporated with it. Got a bit of pomegranate on the top. I'd probably give that an 8.5. I actually prefer that one over the pork. The pork is super savoury. The crab one is like really nice and sweet, but it's got that kind of fishy freshness to it.
Good thing we came here, but we managed to see it in the daylight. Obviously, we just missed it as it was getting dark, so here we are again in the night time.
We spent a lot of time walking around the palace, so...
Yeah. We said that there was a few things that we'd listed that we wanted to try. One of them was the fried fish. There was like fried fish sticks that were originally in one of the carts last night, and we've got them now. So you can get it with or without sauce. We chose to get it without sauce. And then there's like a side station next to it where you can add lemon juice or salt onto it. So let's give it a try.
Because they're fish sticks, obviously they're deep fried, so you'd expect them to be quick crisp. But when I bit into one of that, then it was kind of just like a bit of soggy fish in the middle of like the batter. But I don't get how they've managed to make it so that it's kind of almost like wet inside. Yeah, that one's a really, really strange one, that is. I agree, yeah, it is disappointing. That doesn't taste nowhere near as good as I expected it to taste. I'd probably give that like a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 3.
Yeah, that's a disappointing one, that is.
So the next thing we decided to try was there was a stand that we saw last night called with Old Prague ham, which is just like a big piece, thick joint of meat that they slow cook over a kind of like a wooden fire, isn't it?
Wooden fire, yeah.
The food is really nice. However, they price it at 140 crowns per 100 grams, and when you ask for it, they don't give you what it is on the menu.
They don't specifically give you 100 grams.
No, what they do is they basically chuck a big slab onto the plate, put it on the weighing scales and say, is this okay? And then if you say yes, then they then try and charge you what the weight of that is. So we got a little bit more than 100 grams, obviously, but rather than it being 140 crowns, it was 580. So it jumped up from, being about £6-7 to £21. So if you do decide to get something like that when you're at Prague Christmas markets, just check before you pay.
The markets are super pretty. There's a lot of choice, but I think we've been a bit let down by the food aspect of it so far. When there's so much other good food around Prague, the markets don't necessarily have the best of what Prague has to offer.
No, I don't.
Like Hal said, there's nothing wrong with the meat. The meat is lovely. It's got like that smoky flavour to it. It's not worth the price though.
I think I would probably rate that, I think I'd rate it like 7 out of 10. Like, it's not terrible.
So the next and probably last item we're going to get is there's a variety of different hot dog stands. So there's ones that specialise in just hot dogs. You can get them with extra things on them like sauerkraut and different styles of hot dog. Or there's what they label as a fast food stall that does like beers and drinks and that, and they also have corn on the cob and then just a normal hot dog. So I went for this one. Now this is about half the price of the hot dog stand ones. They start at about 160 to 180. This one is 80. It's just a normal bratwurst in a bun with fried onions on the top. I have already tried it. I would say that to quote my previous video, it's just bog standard hot dog. You know, it's warm. It's got a nice crunch with the onions. There is a sauce station up there. I didn't put any sauces on it. I'm sure you could. That would, you know, even it out a bit more in terms of the flavour. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Just kind of normal mid. Nothing really out there. Just, but if you didn't want to spend a lot of money or double the amount on a hot dog from the hot dog stand, then, you know, you could get this one instead. So after the Christmas market, we decided to come to Kozlovna, which is appears to be a chained restaurant, I think, a Czechia chained restaurant of traditional Czech food. So we're at the one right by the water side, and I decided to get the roasted duck leg with red cabbage and an assortment of dumplings. And let's give it a try. It's really, really tasty, flavourful. It's a really large duck leg as well, which I think, considering a lot of duck dishes I've had in various places, that's a really good portion for the price that it is. The potato dumplings are really well nice. They've got a nice bit of flavour and a bit of kick to them. They're all cooked and plated in the sauce, which with the red cabbage goes really nicely, and it soaks up the dumplings really well. I think it's really good. Amazing dish. Would 100% recommend if you come here. If not just this restaurant, but if the dish is available in other parts, in other restaurants you go to in Prague, I would definitely recommend getting this one. I give this one 10 out of 10.
So I got the traditional pork knuckle, which is kind of like even though it's the knuckle part, it tastes very similar to like a joint of pork, like shoulder and stuff. You know, it's good when it just kind of falls apart and all just falls off the bone. They give you a lot, like it's a lot of meat. So if you're a meat lover, it's definitely for you. I am. Yeah, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It is very simple. It is, you know, just a knuckle of pork. They don't really give you much else with it apart from sauces, because the pork knuckle in itself is huge. But it's definitely worth trying if you've never had it before. You can get it in quite a few European cities as a traditional dish, and I definitely recommend it.
Part 1 of our Prague videos. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.